So in this video, I'm just going to give a couple extra tips, especially for using selecting tools, but also just kind of overall basics in Photopea. So the first thing is when you're selecting things. So if I have a selection, actually, let me go to this one. No, this one. When I have a selection, I can add and take away from that selection. So let's say that I have a rectangle selected. If I would like to add to that, all I have to do is hold Shift and then select some more areas. And as you can see, it will add to the selection, right? It'll add to the selection. Or if you want to take away from areas, all you have to do is select any lasso tool. So, any selection tool. And once you have something selected, so I've got this bear selected, but I have all this extra stuff at the bottom that I don't really want selected. So I choose any selection tool. I'm going to just choose, I think, the regular lasso tool. And if I hold down Alt, and these are for PCs, so it'll be a little different on a Mac, but if I hold down Alt and then I circle the part that I don't want, it will take it away from the selection. So again, if I wanted to add to a selection, I would hold down Shift and I could add to a selection, and that's with any selection tool, even if it's different than the one I initially used. But if I want to take away from it, I hold down Alt and I circle the part that I want to get rid of and let go, and it will take it away. So I could get rid of all this extra stuff, keep on using it, holding down Alt to take away from a selection. So that's the first thing, adding to and subtracting from a selection. The second thing that you might find helpful is deselecting. So if I had this selected and I didn't want that selected anymore, in Photoshop it's Control D, but in Photopea it's Control Alt D, or probably on a Mac it might be Control Command D, but D for deselect. So if you have some kind of, like if I use my polygonal lasso tool and it starts getting all crazy and whatever, oh, I'm still on the lasso tool, sorry about that. Or I go on like the magnetic lasso tool and I start going around and it starts going all nuts, right? It's acting very weird. Then I could do Control Alt D and that will deselect it. Again, one more time, maybe with the polygonal lasso tool. If I have some kind of craziness, I can go to Control Alt D and it will deselect it. So that helps you get out of trouble sometimes if you're selecting things and it gets a little weird. And then the last thing that I want to cover is that let's say that I was trying to, where are we? Okay, so let's say that I was trying to put the bear onto the lava field. So I have the bear outlined, and now I'm going to Control C for copy. I'll go over here, Control V for paste, and what happens? It's white. Where's my bear? The problem here, if we go back and look at the bear, is that what layer was I on? I was on that white background layer. I was not on the bear layer. So always make sure when you're in Photoshop or Photopea that you are on the layer that has the pixels that you want to do something with or to. So you have to be on the bear layer. Now I could Control C. I'm going to go over here. I'll just throw that layer out. And if I Control V for paste, it will be the bear because I actually selected when I was on the bear layer, and that's me telling Photopea, hey, it's these pixels that I want to copy. So if you have any questions, please let me know, but that is adding and subtracting from a selection, how to deselect, which helps you get out of trouble sometimes if your selection tool is going a little crazy. And also, if something is going wrong, 99% of the time, it's because you're on the wrong layer. So always be paying attention to what layer you're on.